If you're getting too many leads these days, which I know a lot of you are, that's a great thing. It's a really, really good thing. I want you to have too many leads for the rest of your business career. But do these 4 things to actually pre-qualify, weed out the bad leads, and make sure that your first meeting with anybody after that phone pre-qualification or after the form is an awesome meeting, and that's a great qualified prospect. And you'll start to see that you're using your time better, you're closing better projects, and you're moving your business forward. Good to go. Hey guys, welcome back to Builder Funnel TV. In this episode, I'm going to talk about what to do if you have too many remodeling leads for your business. Now, this is something I'm hearing more and more is I have way too many leads, and oftentimes what goes along with that is I have a lot of junk leads. This is actually a really, really good thing. It may be a little bit counterintuitive. I know in the remodeling space for many years and at a lot of conferences, there's a lot of talk about lead quality and wanting to make sure that you're only getting the best leads and kind of the cream of the crop. But I'm going to walk you through why actually generating way too many leads for your business is the exact right thing to do. So I'm hearing this more and more because right now we're experiencing a really good time in remodeling where everybody is super busy, leads are flowing in, everyone's wanting to do home projects, they're wanting to stay at home more, do home gyms, finish out basements, all this good stuff. So the challenge is, how do you keep up with all of that, and how do you keep up with the opportunity? So let's break it down. I've actually always been a big proponent of you want more leads, more leads, more leads. And the reason is you can always pare down. You can always pre-qualify. You can always do things to kind of weed out leads that aren't a good fit for you and for your business. But if you don't have enough leads, that's a much bigger problem to solve. So I want to walk you through 4 super tactical ways that you can actually pare down your leads and make sure that you're only talking to and going out on appointments or doing Zoom calls with the best leads. So you're not going to be wasting your time with the junk leads. I'm going to show you how to weed them out, and you can do it in a few different ways. Let's talk about those. The first one is through forms. So if you think about your website and where you're getting all these inquiries, people are filling out your contact form, maybe they're calling you, maybe they're filling out your newsletter, maybe they're downloading your guides and your resources that are on your website. The first thing you can do if you're getting too many opportunities, too many leads coming in, is actually just increase the form length. So let's say most of your forms you ask for first name, last name, email, and phone number. That's pretty good. You're probably qualifying out a few people that maybe aren't ready to give up their phone number, but statistics show that the more form fields you add, the less people are going to take action and fill out that form. So if you have a lead problem in that you have too many, just start adding fields. I wouldn't ask for social security number or some of that information, but ask them about their project, ask them about their budget, ask them some questions that maybe they wouldn't necessarily want to fill out, but that if somebody does fill it out, they're more qualified, they're more interested, and they're a little bit further down the buying process. Things like project type or open-ended questions can be really good too. So tell us a little bit about your project, ask for their address, ask for their zip code, some of these things that are going to be able to pre-qualify and weed out people that are on your website that are maybe just filling out short little forms. So that's the first way, and that can be super powerful. Now, the second one is what we talk about a lot about here at Builder Funnel, which is content. Now, you can do a ton with content marketing to eliminate leads. And one of the areas that we talk about content and how you can do this is with cost. So let's say you're getting a bunch of tire kickers, you're getting all these people calling and they want to do kitchen remodels for $5,000 because they watched HGTV and they think, hey, this is great. I'm going to go reach out to a bunch of companies and just see how much it costs. And I'm sure it'll be, $5,000 or, whatever it is that they're preaching on these TV shows. So if this is an issue for you where you feel like you're just getting a ton of inquiries, but their budget is way out of line, it's just not realistic. you can actually start to combat that with content. And so an example would be writing a blog post or creating a video that talks about the actual cost of remodeling a kitchen in your area. Make it specific to your location. So as people are researching, they're Googling, they're hitting your website, you can introduce them to this content and say, actually in our area, the average kitchen remodel is between $50,000 and $250,000. Maybe that's the range that you like to work in. Well, if somebody has $5,000 as their budget, they're not going to reach out, right? Because they're like, hey, these guys are way high end, or whatever it is. But they see that low dollar amount as $50,000, and they're going, that wasn't what I wanted, so I'm not going to reach out. So again, you're using content marketing and education to weed out people. But conversely, if people are saying, hey, I kind of was expecting to spend between 100 and 125, they're right in your range, good. They're actually more inclined to reach out to you, and that be a good fit lead and a good opportunity for you. So content can be super powerful. The third one is probably something a lot of you are doing, but that is the phone pre-qualification call. So don't go out on every single, inquiry that comes in. Set up a quick call. Set up a quick 15-minute call. And it doesn't even have to be with the owner. It can be with an office manager. It can be with somebody on your team. And you've got a quick list of questions that you're going to ask everybody that inquires, and comes in as a lead. And you're going to ask these questions. And then if some of those answers are not lining up, you're going to kind of pass them along and move them to the side. And so again, if you're getting a bunch of inquiries and maybe they're not all through forms, and so that first one maybe doesn't work super well for you, this one can be powerful in terms of taking those phone calls and starting to weed them out. So you get the phone calls in, you say, hey, tell us about your project. What did you have in mind for budget? They'll say, I don't know. You say, oh, well, great. It sounds like you're interested in a kitchen. Like most of our kitchens fall between 50 and 250,000. Is that kind of what you expected? They'll go, oh, no, I thought it was going to be 10 grand or something. Like, oh yeah, I'm really sorry. Like this is kind of where we start our kitchen remodeling projects. If you wanted to spend 10,000, like you might reach out to somebody else, or you might actually have to do the project yourself. So you can kind of let them down easy. But again, you can accomplish a lot of lead weeding out through the pre-qualification call. I like to actually use this call too as a way to force people into my schedule. So if somebody, say they filled out that form on your contact page, you can actually have them book a 15-minute meeting, and that way they actually have to self-book, and then you can actually have those meetings just show up on your calendar or your team's calendar on certain days and times. So maybe you want to get super efficient with your lead pre-qualification. You could say, hey, when somebody fills out a form, they have to click this link and book a meeting, but the only availability is Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. because maybe the mornings are for more productive work or time or whatever you have going on for yourself or your team. Then you can kind of line up those meetings back to back. You can get them all scheduled, and that can be a great way to be super efficient with your lead qualification. The last one that I'll throw out to you is a little bit different, but it's really, really powerful. And this is something that we've been implementing on our website, so you can go check it out if you want to see an example of that. But have an apply to work with you page. So if you're getting flooded with leads, make yourself more exclusive. Instead of a contact page or schedule a consultation or a free call or all those things that are great when you're trying to ramp up leads, maybe you actually want to eliminate some of those if you're getting too many and go to and apply to work with us. And then you're going to ask a lot more questions. You might have 10 or 15 questions on that form and on that page that they have to fill out. One of those is going to be budget. You're going to ask about the neighborhood and the address. You want to figure out if this is in a location you want to do work in, and then you're going to have them describe their project and what they're looking to accomplish. And on that page, before the form, you can actually say, these are the types of projects that we're looking for, and these are the types of projects that we really excel at. These are the type of people we're looking to work with. You can get really, really exclusive. And what this does is then when people hit your site, people go, well, wow, I have to apply to work with them? Why do I have to apply? Well, it must mean they're exclusive, or it must mean they're in demand. which you are. And so this will really weed out a lot of people, and it will raise the quality of those conversations that you have. So you'll still maybe have people filling out your forms for downloading your guide or subscribing to your blog or any of those, and that's awesome. But if somebody actually wants to work with you, they need to apply. So if you're getting too many leads these days, which I know a lot of you are, that's a great thing. It's a really, really good thing. I want you to have too many leads for the rest of your business career. But do these 4 things to actually pre-qualify, weed out the bad leads, and make sure that your first meeting with anybody after that phone pre-qualification or after the form is an awesome meeting, and that's a great qualified prospect. And you'll start to see that you're using your time better, you're closing better projects, and you're moving your business forward. So hopefully this helped, guys, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.